Hey guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode 5, Part 2 of Tech Pit. I am your host SJ from XI Tech, and this week, or not really this week since I literally just uploaded the last episode, we are still joined by EdoNinja. Say hi to the audience, will you?
Hello, everybody. I've returned here once again. It's a huge pleasure to be back in here. I pretty much was. I mean, hey, the first, the first part was just not enough. So, I mean, hey, here we are with the next part of it. So, I hope you guys truly enjoyed for that first part, and you guys are ready to hear more stuff from me. And as we go on for this podcast episode.
You're literally better than me at introductions. So now that the audience are very interested, would you like to tell our listeners where they could find you again?
Yes. So, if you guys, if for whatever reason that you guys have not listened to the previous episode and you just kind of just jumped in here, well, allow me to enlighten you real quick. You can find me through the most active platform that I am on is Twitter, which is at EdoNinja HD. I usually do graphic designs and video editing, so that's something that you'll be mostly expecting me for that, and usually just my content updates. I also host a podcast of my own as well with my co-host named Crunch. And that one's also a little bit more of the technology, but that part of it is involved. We do the gaming world aspects and such. So technology is also crucial to this. And the name of it is called Storm Connect at Storm Connect EN. That's the Twitter of it. And yeah, that's pretty much the most main platforms that you'll see. And then you guys will be able to see a little bit more once you go to those Twitter accounts.
Absolutely incredible. All right. So, we are going to be discussing the rest of the four topics. So, we have two more to go. But before we start, I do want to say that if you ever want a special guest on your podcast, I would be more than happy to go on there, you know?
You and I could actually have a discussion on that because I'm happy to say that our podcast has now resumed as of recently. So basically, the more of the plans of the episodes and such, the better. So yeah, no, we will definitely have a discussion with that. I'm interested.
All right. And to our listeners, you better check out his podcast since if I would be appearing there, you guys should better go listen to it too, you know? If it's worth my time, it's worth yours.
You're too kind for the nice words. I'm really just honored by that. Wow.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. In real life, I'm just a total douche, you know? I'm kidding.
You know what?
I'm not that bad of a person. I'm just half a douche.
Oh, I don't know why half. I'm usually the full on out honest type of guy. So I mean that's just me though. But hey, I respect that.
All right, I see. So the rest of the two topics would be your personal computer, the tech specs of it, and how you would structure a computer for me, since my audience are really wanting me to build a PC, which I seriously I'm considering it, but I might not do it, since I'm just that big of an Apple sheep. Uh, some games you have on there as well, as a subtopic, and finally something you want to know about me. So since I'm a huge narcissist, you can we can talk about my
I can
favorite
see
subject,
that.
which is myself.
Okay, then you know what? Then I just know I'm gonna have very fun with that. Then, so I guess that we could obviously start off to basically with the setup that I have and such. So that will be
Mhm.
fine by me. Um, so again, if you have not heard from the previous podcast episode here, so my setup is pretty quite insane. I spent quite the amount of money on this setup, and I don't have any regrets with it
Wait,
whatsoever. So
tell me approximately how much it costed.
let's see. Okay, if we're gonna be talking about my PC itself, my main PC,
Okay, literally
probably
everything
about
on your desk combined.
okay. I have not done the math for that yet, though. But based on to what I look for my bank statements, I promise you this much: it will be over 3 grand.
Oh wow, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I would just say that mine. would probably be over 6 grand, but that's Canadian. So like if you divide that by 0 point like what is it 0.77, that's like what does that get you? That gets you like I can't do math.
Mm,
Like $4,900 probably. So yeah,
you,
I'm not flexing or
that's
anything.
not bad. Well, here, how about this? I will actually do the proper math as to everything that is on my desk, and I'll definitely get back to you on it. I'm pretty sure it might be like the same amount of yours, maybe, but
hmm
I'm
You know,
pretty confident
I
as
I
to
would
like,
hope since I
yeah.
don't want to waste money on stuff.
They better have to be worth it, you know. So, um, so yeah, no, like literally, like everything on my desk, I know for a good fact that it, like, especially to like my big two purchases were my MacBook Pro and my iPad Pro. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's already over 2,000 already as is. So,
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
um, yeah, so I'll go forward for about like the personal computer that I have because again, it's like I have to like use this obviously for my work and such, and you know, again for switching around with Windows and Mac as well. So, for my PC specs, I'm just gonna start this from the top from the CPU, obviously.
All
So
right.
I have the Intel i7 10700K, and it's at 4.7 gigahertz, and that's just not like overclocked yet. I believe it can go to 5.1 if it's overclocked. I
Oh
believe.
wow.
Uh, I don't have it overclocked yet because I actually have to like fix around with my setup. But once I do, it will be up there.
Okay,
So,
okay.
that's
Beating
what
that
I have
five
currently.
gigahertz
Mhm.
cap, that's nice.
I know it's really I like it very personally. I kind of want to have that little bit of that extension of the processing power. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. All right,
So
and
mhm.
now what about the GPU? Because I'm kind of interested in that.
The GPU I recently got myself the GeForce RTX 2060 Ventus XS.
Damn.
And it's much better because I actually I usually got the graphics card for free from like my other friends because like I went from like a 650 Ti, then I upgraded to a 1050 Ti because like my friends were like, "Oh yeah, here it is." Like they don't use it anymore because they were upgrading my their PCs, and while over here, I'm like, I kind of need that better GPU, but then here I am. I was able to afford one finally on my own, and yeah, no, just wow, it was a huge performance boost for my setup and such. And yeah, no, it's done nothing but wonders. Although I'm a little bit salty because I kind of bought it at the wrong time, especially that they recently announced the 3000 series. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
kind of
the
want to
the
have a little bit of
3070,
exchange with that.
3080, thirty
Yeah,
ninety, and 39 and 30 wait, 39 wait, 3950. Is that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah,
literally
you're
made a
right.
whole video about it and now I literally forgot the names.
It happens. It's
Yeah,
fine.
the
But
the performance
uh,
actually shocked
mhm.
me though.
It was. I didn't think they were like again like just for their prices as well for what they're charging for their graphics cards. I'm really impressed by that.
Mhm.
So I that's why I'm just like, you know what, like I'll see if it's worth it. Like I don't want to be like that one guy that's like skeptical of it. It's like, okay, what's the cost here? But I mean, hey, it already looks good on paper already.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think my favorite there would have to be the 3070.
Yeah, you know what? I have to, I kind of have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster than the 2080 Ti and it's like so much cheaper. So yeah, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I will say that was kind of a bold move that they did that though. But you know what? I don't mind.
Yeah. Now,
um,
what about your
mhm.
motherboard?
My motherboard. I'm currently using an MSI MAG Z4090 Tomahawk. It's an LGA 1200 Intel Z490. It's really it actually works because the motherboard that I have, it wasn't a Asus, and I actually did not have a very good experience with the Asus, unfortunately.
Oof.
Um, and like even for like how it was back then, like I had some issues with it here and there, and I couldn't upgrade from my like it at least like was stable and it worked for a while, but like I just had issues with it from time to time and time again, and I'm just like, you know what, no, like I think this motherboard is just crapping out on me. I better just get a new one instead, anyways. And this one, again, it helped with the performance jump big time. So, especially for like for serving the purpose for my CPU and for the other things that I have onto the setup, it's really good. And also, it kind of lights up in RGB, so I like.
I see. And RGB, are you like a huge fan of it? Do you have it everywhere?
Okay, all right. I can't beat around the bush for this one. Yeah, I do. Like, I don't have it as much as of right now because like my entire like setup right now is like not exactly put together. Because again, like this is something that I'm gonna only have for like 2 months, 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like from how it was and such, like yeah, no, there is RGB like everywhere. And my friends are like, they ask me like, how are you not blinded by this? I'm just like, it ain't that bad. Like I know on my webcam it may look that bad, but it ain't that bad. And plus, it's pretty too. Like how could you not want that? I'm a sucker for it. And plus,
Exactly.
I'm a colorful type of guy. So I kind of display that on my edits here and there, and it like it just doesn't like look like bland. It's like ooh the colors, and you can have your customizations with it and such. Like that's the best part.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, if you like saw my setup and like especially in my YouTube videos, like you would see that I have a lot of RGB as well. I'm not even a gamer. Like I barely play any games and I use a Mac, but like behind my monitors, I have two 3 meter long RGB light strips and I have like
I
a
noticed that. Yeah.
yeah, I have a RGB mouse pad that's like it's like a wide mouse pad and
Hmm.
like my wireless charger has that and just basically everything are like RGB or just a a really pop like a really popping color that catches your eye. So yeah, I I really so I might like make a lot of people mad, but I'm just
Oh
saying
dear. Mm.
if you like don't have light strips and stuff behind your monitors, then you do not have uh, a good setup, you know?
Oh, oh, I call him out. Wow.
I have to say, and that's coming from a Mac person.
Oh man, all right, King, talk your talk. All right, you really just had to call him out like that. You know what? I'm a huge advocate for that. You know what? Talk your talk. That is completely fine. You say what you gotta say with your full chest out. That is fine.
Well, yeah,
But
it's true though. It's true though.
I could agree with that. Yeah, I mean, like as I like to see it, like, because I know like it's like a common thing, like along with like people that are into the gaming such and such. I'm just like, look, they're just lights. Like, you don't have to be a gamer to like get these RGB nice lighting and stuff like that. Like, they're lights. They're not gamer lights, you know.
Hmm. But they like,
So I think it's fine.
your setups they look so so bland without the RGB lights, you know?
Imagine they just only have like just the regular, just like bright white light. Like you only see that on the keyboard and that's
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that. Oh, but for me though, like my keyboards and like peripherals, they're actually not RGB, surprisingly.
So you're gonna fix that, right?
Okay, well,
You're gonna fix that, right?
here's the problem. My keyboard is the Apple Magic keyboard, since I really like the tactile buttons, and I don't
uh
like mechanical keyboards. That's like I literally cannot type on them. So yeah, that's a problem. I use two mice, I guess. The Logitech MX Master 3, the Apple Magic the Apple Magic Mouse 2, and I actually have another trackpad which kind of counts as a mouse. It's the Apple Magic I cannot speak. The Apple Magic Trackpad 2, and they're all either by Apple or Logitech, and like the Logitech MX Master 3 is a productivity mouse, so they literally cannot come in a RGB variant, you know? So I can't. Despite how much I want to, I can't.
Mm. You know, maybe one day Apple will introduce an RGB keyboard.
Oh, one
That
can
actually would
wish.
be funny if they did.
I really hope they do that
But
though.
that I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'll put it this way: like, I don't think they would, but like, I wouldn't exactly put it out of the question because I feel like at some weird point they're gonna catch us off guard and they will actually do that.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're definitely not gonna do that though.
uh, I don't know, but I mean, hey, sometimes surprises could happen. I mean, hey, I don't know. We'll find out in like I don't know, maybe 2030 or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, surprises can happen.
But
Like, like Apple literally spent like 30% of their entire keynote talking about 5G, which no one cares about. So yeah, surprises can happen.
you really just had to call him out like that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, 5G sucks. I hate 5G.
I don't usually have to worry about with like with like LTE or 4G because again like I'm usually just like on Wi-Fi all the time though. But I'm not putting out of the question that it probably like it's not that good. Like I probably believe you on that actually.
Oh, thank you so much.
So yeah, because I don't know cellular service I'm not exactly too much of a fond of. So that's why like whenever I go out it's like oh crap.
Okay, I also have a secret. Don't tell anyone, but I don't have a SIM card in my phone. I literally don't have a SIM card. So like some people might think like, bro, why are you bashing 5G when you literally don't even have like cellular? You don't have the SIM card. But like I don't need to have tried something to know that I hate it. You know?
That's that's actually kind of crazy. Wow, I never heard that one.
Okay, like I know I've used this analogy on Twitter already, but like I don't need to commit war crimes to know that I don't like committing war crimes.
You know what? I never heard that type of perspective though. But you know what? I'll respect that.
Sounds good. Sounds
But
good.
I mean, I mean, in a way, like I can't invalidate for what you're saying because, like, in a way, like again, I like no matter how much I've been told that it's better than 4G LTE. It's like, is it really? Because just wait for like the first couple weeks of it and such, because that shit's gonna be a living nightmare. So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't want to hear jack shit, especially like the fact that like you're just launching it and again you're gonna have these issues especially when you're going to like a national scale launch so yeah no I'm good I mean again all I need is just my Wi-Fi for right now and that's it though but I mean yay I guess congrats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, we are
But
getting a bit off topic though, talking about 5G here.
yeah, I was about to bring this back
Yeah.
to the setup that I have, so no worries.
Yeah.
So I usually have like because I already got the CPU, the GPU out there, and the motherboard. So currently, like to how I cool down my processor, I'm currently using a Thermaltake water cooler.
Wow,
So
wow,
it's
wow,
not
wow,
like
wow, wow, wow. Okay.
look,
Water
look, look,
cooling,
look.
just saying. Um, I know water
Mhm.
cooling, they look really good and they are somewhat practical, but like I just think it's so much work. I honestly do not understand how you literally have water cooling, but you cannot manage your cables.
Okay, all right, look. I know that kind of just sounds like really sus on paper. I see your point on that. Don't misunderstand me on that point. But like, look, I didn't like it was already pre-installed water. Okay, I didn't actually like get the tubes and then actually filled up the water myself. Although on the contrary to that, one day it will be like it won't be anytime soon, but one day that is going to happen, and I am going to accomplish that. It's going to be funny, and I'm going to have flexing rights about that. And just to again, for anybody that listens to Storm Connect or happens to follow around with my viewer, with my core base, the Storm Clansman, I know I probably just made you very upset, but you know what? Thank you so much for your feedback on it. I really truly appreciate that.
All right. All right. So
Mhm.
that is your cooling for your PC.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just it's just that?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I also have like uh three. Let me see. Actually, one, two, three, four. Oh no, actually, I have five PC fans inside there. Um, so pretty much like I kind of just have it like double sided around to the left and mostly like around to the front of where my power button is and like to the back of the PC obviously. So like yeah, no, it's actually like not that bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with it, especially the fact that like I downgraded from like a full big tower to like a smaller type of tower. It's like a mid tower, but like for how the way it does its cooling, it still does good.
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. If but
Hmm.
if I were to build a PC, I probably
Yeah,
wouldn't I probably wouldn't go with water cooling since first of all it's a lot of work, and second I've heard that it is a bit like louder than fans. So I do value the sound of it. Like right now, my PC is basically silent. Not my PC, my Mac is basically silent, and you know, it's good when it's silent since I do record videos and podcasts and stuff. So as quiet,
right.
uh, as long as it's quiet, it's good. I prioritize the looks and the sound over the performance.
Um, yeah, no. I see what you're concerned with that. Like, okay, it really depends. Like, you kind of have to like make sure like you do this right, especially for like the type of because like I will agree with you. Like, to a degree, it can be louder, but like that really like because again, like number one, it really depends on what you're doing, and number two is to how good of the cooling that you pretty much got with either like the air conventional method or the water cooling and such. Like for me, surprisingly, it's quiet
Oh, I
from
see.
thermal tank, and I'm really impressed by that because like it was quiet on my previous setup from like my very old tower, and when I upgraded all of my parts, the only thing I did not upgrade was my cooling system, and it's still quiet, especially the fact that like I had like 10 times more powerful than my previous CPU and everything else that came with it. So yeah, it's still like pretty quiet. Like I don't really hear anything. So
Oh, wow.
um but yeah, no, but like but it's that's something that like you kind of have to make sure like you actually like buy a very very good one because some of them like you'd be very impressed that it could actually work that way. Um but it's not always the case. I will mention that much to it. Um Another point that you brought up earlier, the water cooling of how much effort it is. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Yes, it kind of is a little bit,
A
but
little bit.
once you get that down, look, it's a little bit more, but it ain't horrible. Sometimes some water coolers of what, like, depending on what you buy, like, they kind of help you out, like, to save a lot of time as to like how you should properly like install it and to like what it provides to you. So some of them, like if you buy a really good one, like don't like it already helps out and it doesn't like put in that much effort compared to like your traditional method of cooling for your PC and such.
Okay, okay. I know you're trying to convince me that it's not that much harder and it's pretty simple, but remember who you're talking
Yeah.
to. I am literally a person who would spend extra money just to get an iMac that comes in a box that I can just put it on my desk and plug it in. Like I literally
Look,
do not do anything to my computers, all right?
look. Okay. Oh, wait. If I'm not mistaken, like you never built a PC before, correct?
Nope. Not once.
Okay. All right. Look, I'm gonna be upfront with you. I used to be like you. I used to be the exact same way because especially when I started my content creation stuff like that, I used to value that though. But I'm gonna just say this: once that I've actually gotten the understanding of how to actually like properly build a PC and such, I actually have a lot of enjoyment of building a PC. Like
Wow.
literally, as how people would
Pain.
label it, it, it's okay to a degree it is, but it is like one of the most like for me at least it's so rewarding and you get so much satisfaction for when you're completing the process for it and you get better especially at like how you manage around to like installing for whatever that might be, like, that makes the PC unique. But but yeah, no, like literally, like I when I looked at it, when I had my first PC built, I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't actually like just buy another product or whatever. I actually like just put together this myself. Like this is my actual, like, my child right here. What the wow. So and now, like, again, like as of recently, like somebody paid me to build their PC, and especially that's where I sold my old parts to them. So
Hmm.
yeah, like, again, like it's like really satisfying, especially like to know what you're doing. Like I know like it looks scary at first, but it's like it makes you does not want to stop from there. Because obviously, like, I'm also the type of guy, like, once I get my setup all built and if it's all good, if it's all stable and such, I kind of do not want to like touch around anything else. With maybe the only exception of upgrading my parts and such. And plus, it saves you money a lot as well, to a degree.
Yeah, yeah, I get that since you can just get the parts yourself and you can get the best deals on them, build build the PC yourself, and that that skips like the part where it has to be put together by other people. So that's like
Yeah.
quite a premium there. But yeah, I totally
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, like if you do come to that point to where you're just that curious, or just like, like you really want to do this to yourself and such, I promise. Look, I better see a stream of it, or like, I better hear something, because I'm actually curious of how you're going to result from this. So all I'm saying is that I got very good results, and I literally just felt so much satisfaction, especially to like when where with what which goes where, you know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. That is quite intriguing.
Mhm. Yeah. And also like, okay, so I know this might be a little bit of a flex here. But to a degree, I kind of need this. I kind of need a little bit of this though. But currently, right now, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's
32.
DDR4,
Okay. Not
and
bad.
uh-huh. It's Trident Z. It's a very, very great brand for RAM. I've had absolutely no issues with it, and it's done nothing but wonders. Oh yeah, actually, that's also another technically my parts that I have not exactly like upgraded. The only thing I kind of just upgraded was just like, the more memory of it, because I only just like previously I went from 8, and then like from my old setup I went to 16, and when I got this new setup as of recently I went to 32, and it's been like a huge performance boost for me, and it does much wonders for me.
I see. And you know, okay. So I know that since you use Intel, probably the speed of the RAM is like a bit less important than like, the just the amount of RAM itself. But do you think that like the actual speeds of RAM actually matters that much?
Um I'm gonna be honest, like, to a degree, it could, but again, it really depends on what you're doing. Like, like if you're doing like what I'm doing, I'd say to a degree it would kind of matter. But if you're not, like, if you're gonna say like this is for gaming and such, I think you need 16 at best. Like, I don't think like it's like that much of a big difference to me. At least that's from what I've experienced. Especially for like attempting to do it from time to time, because I'm not like a heavy hardcore PC gamer myself either, though. But like, I did the testings myself here and there. I don't think it matters that much though. But again, that's not for all cases. That is.
I see. All right. Now, you're going to be really mad when I tell you
Oh no.
my memory configurations, all right?
Go ahead.
Okay. I have 8 gigabytes on my iMac, which is my editing computer, just 8 gigabytes. It's two 4 gigabyte sticks. The speed of it is 2,400 megahertz, DDR4, of course. And you know, I literally cannot upgrade, so yeah, kind of stuck with it.
Friend, are you okay? This is just a genuine question. Are you okay? Because how can you just sit here and just tell me so casually? Oh yeah, no, I just have 8 gigabytes.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry, but like I'm
just
kind
eight
of not.
gigabytes.
But
I edit 4K videos. I
y-
make like
y-
3 videos a week.
yeah,
Yeah, just 8 gigs. It's fine.
8 gigs. See, I wanted going to like say like those better be like the best 8 gigs that you've ever like received in your entire life. Because I'm just saying like that. Yikes! Like I mean, if it worked, it worked though. But like I'm just saying that like if you somehow manage to like go up higher than that, I promise you, I'm telling you, you will be enlightened. But I'm just amazed to sit here and you tell me that it's 8 gigabytes. I'm like, how do you like? I used to be on 8 gigabytes, and that was horrible.
All right,
Do,
but
do
I
you just not? Okay, okay, go ahead.
okay. I do want to say that since I do use Mac and Mac OS, memory efficiency is amazing. So like 8 gigs on Mac OS probably runs like 12 gigs on Windows. I know it's still not a lot, but still like uh, Mac OS has better optimization for memory than Windows or other like things like Linux, Linux, you know?
Right.
So I'm not a total
Okay.
idiot.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a slight pass again for this one though, but the best I'm gonna tell you that I am so sorry. I am so sorry for that small 8 gigabytes though. But I mean, again, I'll give you a little bit of credit here, so you're okay for now, I
Okay.
suppose,
Okay, good.
technically.
All right.
All right.
The
Yeah. Go ahead.
the funny thing is, the new iPhone 12s, they have 6 gigs of RAM. So basically, my computer has uh, just 2 gigs more than Apple's newest phones, and they're literally phones. I'm using a fully desktop computer that I edit 4K videos on.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If for some weird reason that we're living in a timeline to where again the same size, like they don't upgrade, no iPhone 20 Max or like like bigger size iPhone. No, I'm talking about like the same like general size iPhones that we have right now, or even the mini of version, miniature versions that they continue to what they did for the iPhone 12.
Hmm.
If I find out that the iPhone, whatever number it may be or label, has more RAM than your Mac, and if you're still using that Mac in whatever year that we're gonna be in, and it has more RAM, we cannot be having this conversation here. I am actually going to stick here and actually interview you about this. Like, no, how do you live with yourself, and how are you just okay that your phone does more work than your Mac?
Okay. Well, I have more things to tell you if you want.
Wait a minute. He wants to enlighten me. Please go
Okay,
on.
okay. I mean, it's not really enlightening you. So my processor is a
Oh, okay.
3.4 gigahertz quad core Intel i5. So, yep, it's
Hmm.
it's not the worst, but like editing 4K videos, not the best. Um, my graphics are the
Mm.
Radeon Pro 560 with 4 gigabytes of like memory for the graphics card. You know, just just a Radeon Pro.
Oh
And
my
uh
goodness.
my startup disk is a hard drive.
A hard drive?
um it
Maybe a very mistranslation to SSD, right?
okay. And you want to know the RPM for the hard drive?
Mm.
5,600 RPM. I know it's not even 7,000.
So you're gonna sit here and tell me that you're a tech savvy guy, and yet you're telling me this here today. You know what? I think I should take your setup. This is not. This ain't right here.
I,
This is not the correct timeline.
I know I don't deserve it at all. Okay, just saying,
And you're
my
telling
iMac,
me,
my iMac costs the same as my iPad Pro. Okay.
okay, but that's the thing though. Like you're telling me this right now, and like you spent hundreds to thousands of your setup, and this is what you're telling me right now. I'll have questions, and I'm just trying. Like, okay, like I can see where like part of your process comes into this, so I'm not completely ignorant on that. But that money. could have been used for things like, I don't know, like, yeah, oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, I made the decisions and I was fully aware of my decisions when I made them, all right? Like, I know I do understand that my GPU is supporting a 4K monitor of my iMac and an additional 144 hertz 1080p ultra wide monitor, and plus my iPad when I use Sidecar. I do realize that. And also, yes, I do realize that I am editing 4K at 60 videos on there. I do realize. Okay, so yes, I was fully aware when I made these choices.
Okay, wait. Just so that I have a good idea of this, just so that like I'm not misunderstanding anything. What is the size of your storage again?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's a terabyte. I know it's not that much. A terabyte though. It's enough. I also do have a 2 terabyte uh external hard drive and a 1 terabyte external SSD. So don't worry about
I'm giving it 6 months. I'm
that.
giving it 6 months until I find. Oh no, guys, I'm running out of storage. Yeah.
No, no. I okay. My computer is from 2017, all right? So I've already been using it for 3 years and I think I'm fine.
Okay, well, if you say so. I mean, again, I'm not exactly entirely sure as to like how you do your process with that. And I mean, again, like 2017. Okay, it's all right. That's not entirely bad. So if you're still like good on that, then all right. And again, like that really depends on like how you're doing this stuff. But again, 4K on the hard drive. Oh my
I still have
goodness.
30% available, by
I
the way. Still have 30% available. It's fine.
oh,
It's fine.
excuse me. 30%. He says
It's fine. It's
30.
300 gigabytes. I don't play games on there. I mean, I play Fall Guys, but that's literally like not even like 3 gigabytes, I don't think.
Okay, like yeah, for like gaming and such, like that's like another story. Like I mean, honestly, like in terms of gaming, like that's like I think at best, like you would probably just need like 2 terabytes, but maybe just like one for that, especially if you're like dedicated towards it. At least in my opinion. But for video making and stuff like that, oof, oof,
Okay.
videos
No,
are disgusting.
this is why I have a 2 terabyte external hard drive and and the 1 terabyte external SSD. All right, I store them not on my local disk. I store them externally so I can move them around and stuff. I'm not that small brain.
So, you know, I was about to suggest that you should go get an external hard drive, and this is the cap that you're going to be telling me here. But you really waited for me for my reaction to that. You really
Yeah.
like just casually just dropped like you literally just dropped snippets of it. And we're like, oh yeah, I have this, and then I'm just over here going like, oh wow, like how could you live with yourself? Oh, but don't worry, I also have an external hard. Okay,
Oh
all
yeah.
right, I'll see you.
Also don't worry. I do also have an external GPU. So yeah, don't worry. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, I was about to say. I was about to say. I'm like, oh. So he's really trying to be secretive, like Apple over here, and trying to hide the real setup here at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh. Also, my iPad can export videos faster than my iMac. Just saying.
And you're using that Mac to edit.
Yep. Yep. Of course.
And to my understanding, you're using the iPad to export these videos and to render, right? Right?
No. 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 Of course not. I use my iPad to watch YouTube videos as I edit my YouTube videos.
You concern me. You
Thank
have
you.
some type of concern. I will be able to, yeah, I'll have some type of psychiatric reevaluation on you in my own spare time for that.
Oh
I am
my.
very concerned, Fred.
All right. All right.
um, but
So,
yeah,
want to move
no.
on now?
Okay, well, I'm about to, but there's one more last comment that I'm gonna have to make, and then we can move on.
All right.
Um, I'm surprised you did not ask this question though, but like I think this question has popped up in the audience head here and there though about regarding with my fans and like my RAM and stuff like that and the motherboard and such. Yes, they also contain RGB lighting. The fans itself and such everywhere
Oh
is
yeah,
lighting up
I didn't
black.
ask that because I just automatically assumed that you had them.
Oh, see, I'm so glad that you already caught on to that. See, I know you know me already that you get me enough. So that I can take that though. But for the audience, if you were wondering about that part, yes, I got the RGBs because like even my case right now, it's like bright and flashing with like all these colors of the rainbow. It's fine.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. All right. So, next, this is a subtopic, which is part of the last topic. What games do you play on your computer?
Okay, so like I said earlier, like I don't like like most of my gaming that I do currently is usually just like on my consoles because again, like I usually just play Smash on my Switch, just like beat the crap out of people, and I'm usually like mostly I use my PS4 to play like my RPG games and such because that's what I usually like do on my spare time. I really love to learn a lot about with lores. However, like currently, like right now on like my PC, like I currently got Dragon Ball Fighters because that used to be the game that I had it only for that platform specifically. Like now I have it on all other platforms I have on my desk. But that was like the one thing that like I kind of just like stuck around to just playing. I'm not exactly good, but it is a pretty fun game, and I'm trying to like pick up some more of like tactics and building up for my team. So that's a game that I usually like try to come back to. And if I did not have so much work, I definitely would dedicate myself and my time to Dragon Ball Fighters for sure. Um, Another one that I do have, which I haven't touched it yet, but it's also part of the game of the series that I mentioned before, Persona 5 Royal. I had the previous game called Persona 4 Golden, and I do plan on doing an actual like playthrough of that since it got exported or imported to PC. Because previously, like they didn't import it to the PS4 at all and such, and I was not going to want to emulate that. I want to actually support Atlas for developing the Persona series because I actually like Persona 5 was my first game, and now I want to learn more about the other Personas. And I watched the animations for it, so that's something that I'm going to be dedicating myself to my time to actually like play this game and actually make a review of it as well.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
hmm So another thing, this is a game that I've been recently playing. I see myself like I've been like kind of playing a little bit, and I'm actually kind of surprised that I got into it. Not gonna lie. Uh, I got myself into Genshin Impact, and it's really fun. It's I know like
Okay,
the term
okay.
of this gotcha game. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, just saying. I have never heard of that before.
Really?
Nope. So, yeah, enlighten me, please.
Okay, so have you ever heard of this game called like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yes, yes, I have.
Okay. If you've seen like the gameplays and like, at least like the theme of it and such, it's literally like that, but it's also like a gotcha game because like what it does, like, you make these pulls to get certain type of characters or like items or accessories and such. Like basically like, it's think of it like as an MMORPG, like what's the best example I could take? World of Warcraft. So it's kind of like that. It's an open world type of game. You can go on quests and such, and the story is still developing. And but like it has that gotcha aspect where it's just like, oh yeah, if you want to have like a good step or like have a certain character and stuff like that, you have to like spend this amount of game currency or your actual money currency to get it, and you can make a pull from there. And right now, as far as I'm seeing, since this game has been super popular as of recently, I've already known some of my friends have become victims already of the gotcha aspect of it. And they have spent over already $200 on that game specifically. And also, I want to mention this as well. This game is free to download. And to actually properly do these pulls, like again, you don't actually have to use your money, but if you want to be that crazy enough to get these characters just for whatever weird self satisfaction that you have, then I mean, go ahead. But at least what I appreciate about Genshin Impact a lot is the fact that it's not all about gotcha, the aspect of a gotcha, because that's the flaw of like most of them, and that's why like some people kind of just dropped it. Is because like it's a little bit annoying, especially to like how much money, and they don't have like the self control of it. However, with Genshin Impact, even if you don't get to that, you can work for it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, I see. That's very interesting. I am not going to be checking that out.
I don't blame you.
All right, yeah. So it does sound interesting, although like it doesn't sound like a type of game that I would play, right?
Right.
Um, you know, the games that I play are literally like Minecraft, Fall Guys, Minecraft Dungeons. I do play PUBG
Mhm.
sometimes, but I'm horrible at it, and that's that. And I think like the game that I play most right now is literally Among Us on my iPad. So
Oh my good. Oh Lord, you. I haven't done that in my Discord server as of recently, but like every time that we play that game, like everybody hates me. They hate my guts. They literally because like even if I'm not the imposter, the way of how I kind of play the game, which I mean I don't mind revealing this type of tactics,
okay,
no matter what,
tell
even if
tell
I'm
me
telling this
more.
tactic now. Okay. So basically what I do is like I obviously like ensure I'm not around with anybody. Like I know like I do look suspicious from there. But like, obviously like I pretty much like see how people accuse each other and such. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously like I will say that like, oh yeah, this was my task and such though, but of course I'm not gonna be that specific about it. So usually like what I see is like I let people do their work. And of course, like I'll let people suspect if they want to. And the moment that I see somebody slip up in their store consistency, I'm going to call them out on it.
Oh
That's how I
wow.
usually am able to trap somebody in the imposter. And you'd be surprised how much that method works. And a lot of like, I know on paper it sounds really stupid and ridiculous though, but I'm just like, no, this actually freaking works. Because
Okay,
even though like
okay.
they're wrong about finding out the imposter and such, especially the people that they accuse, it's just like, no, I am acting this way just so I can weave out the actual imposter. And even though somebody like that, they could try to make that as an advantage, yes, but that's how you can also track them.
All right. I have something to say, all right? So,
Go ahead.
my strategy is it's very similar to yours, except a few aspects are very different as well. So, how I
Yeah.
do it is that when I'm crewmate, I don't do any tasks. Like I literally don't do any tasks and I fake all of them. And like I'm so good at faking tasks now since I fake tasks every single round that people literally think I'm actually doing the tasks when I'm not. Like I wait until the taskbar moves, I memorize which tasks are which and what and how long I should do them for. I even fake med scans sometimes. So yeah. Um
Wow.
exactly. I just fake the tasks. They think that like he, here's what's very different. So people are not sus of me, like ever, basically, unless they play with me a few times and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm not sus of them, meaning I am sus of them, since like no one's ever sus of me when I'm the imposter either. So I just fake tasks. I watch other people do tasks, and I memorize where everyone are. Like I don't look at their task bars. I don't look at what tasks they've done. I just memorize where people are, and whenever like eventing happens, I can just say, okay, yeah, no, it's impossible for them to go from here to here since I would have seen them. And when I am the imposter, I have a certain set path that I go. So I always just go to weapons, go down to O2, fake a task there, go to navigations, fake a task there, turn off lights, go up, kill someone, go down, and that usually doesn't get called. But also, people who know that like that's my strategy would go there and just hide until they see a body there. So when that happens, since like if I play a few games with some people or play with my friends, I do completely different like irrational things so that they think, okay, yeah, it can't be them because they're acting irrationally, which would usually be sus, but since I'm never sus, they just think it's not me and I keep them around until the very end. You know,
Oh,
big brain.
that's dirty. I
I
like
know.
it. Here, I'll. There are many. I have a lot of tactics for whenever I'm imposter, but I'll be glad to give out at least one of them.
All right.
So for me, what I usually do, like obviously, like I do the same thing as you do. Like I don't have a certain path that I go to, but I also like, of course, like I'm faking my tasks and such, and obviously, like I'm watching the task meter here and there. So what I do is obviously like I keep up with the consistency of how I act as a crewmate. So people can get the type of person that I am. And like, obviously like I'm gonna say this right now, I'm a terrible liar. So obviously, like, I use that to that identity that everybody that is aware of that. It's like, okay, they know I'm a horrible liar and such. And like, even if I try to lie that I'm not an imposter, they will figure it out. But I'm that good of convincing them. So I wait until pretty much I'm able to get at least a few people left. And then after that, like, obviously, like, if somebody accuses me, obviously, what is the one thing that you do not want to do? You do not want to kill off somebody that accused you. So it does make it difficult, yes, but that's why you have to like ensure that you stick with them. And obviously, like, you would have to hope of like, if you can do this right, you can manage of your the sabotaging, especially when you're doing O2 and such. So obviously, like, that is the best time that I can separate from somebody, because I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, all right, hold on, let me just go do this real quick. And what I do is like, obviously, like, I wait for that to die down. And obviously, everybody just separates. Nobody just really convene in one place. So I wait for a little bit of time to pass, and I just finally kill off that somebody. And yeah, and then after that, I'll just report the body, and I'll just be like, oh god, I saw purple over there,
Oh
and it
yeah.
works.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I literally do nearly the same thing as well, but instead of like actually separating people off, I just like say purple is sus of me and green is just there. Then I'll walk, I'll turn off the lights, kill green, and then I just don't report the body. Stand next to the body until purple comes. And when purple does report the body, I just say, okay, yeah, it was purple. Purple killed. I saw them walking from the body. I saw them walking away from the body. I walked there. They went back, reported the body, so it has to be them. And I just like I'm so good at, at convincing people somehow, and I just say it really calmly. They're like, okay, yeah, it has to be purple since no one lies that well. So they just vote out purple, and I can say, no, guys, I have med scan. I literally have med scan. Vote out purple and watch me do med scan, and then I fake it, of course.
See, there is a similar time that I actually did that, because obviously, like, I go to the electric room, and I somehow vent. Like, I take my chance into like going inside the vent, and um, obviously my next teleportation would be to the med room.
Med bay,
So
yeah.
yeah, med bay. And normally, like, of course, like, what I do prior is that I close off the areas. And obviously, like, after that, finally, if I'm able to, if I do it right, I'll be able to turn off the lights, do the killing, then teleport at the right time, or vent at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I just make a huge circle around, huge circle. And then after that, like, I usually, like, somehow I team up with somebody, walk with them, and then guess what? Like, I go inside and I'm just like, oh my god, it's this person. They were the one that killed Brown, or this other color. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I saw it. I walked in and that's what I found.
Oh wow.
Wow.
All right, yeah, yeah, that's kind of big brain. Um,
Hmm.
for me though, like I'm kind of just a serial killer. I just kill everyone I walk by, and that usually ends the game in round one or two. So if you see like four bodies down by round one, yeah, that I'm probably the imposter. So yeah, I just walk around the map.
Wow.
Yeah, I walk around the map. I just kill whoever I see and walk away. If someone accuses me, I'll just say, no, I have med scan. Come watch.
Wow, you are bold with that, because usually, like, somebody will be able to report the body, especially for the amount of people that you can have in that. Wow, that's bold of you.
Yeah, well, the more the more bodies there are, uh, yes, the likelihood of people finding them would be higher. However, when more people are dead, less people are there to find the bodies. So as long as you're like really quick, then like it's really difficult for people to like actually find the bodies in time to report them.
So wait, so what's the kill cooldown time they usually have? Because again, like, that's like
Oh yeah, I
impressive right there.
so since I'm usually host, I set it to like 22 and a half seconds. So it's like 7.5 seconds faster than the normal, I think.
Ah, okay, then that makes a lot of sense because I usually play by the 30, and sometimes, I couldn't do the 45 one, so that's why I just
Oh
usually
yeah, I
stick with
can't do
30.
45 either. That's way too long. I can't kill anyone.
Yeah, that's way too long. And you could obviously like try to find out who the killer is at that time as well, especially to how long that is. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, no, I mean, like, wow, I kind of like that idea.
All
Maybe
right.
I should try 22 at my own leisure.
Yeah, so that has been Among Us. I know it's not really tech related, but still, like it's a popular game. I'm sure like most of our listeners have heard of it, and I'm sure even a few are like they would be playing the game. So yeah, it's really fun talking about it. Now, finally,
I, mhm,
finally, let's move on to our last topic, since I don't want to be talking about Among Us for like another hour.
that'd be funny.
Yeah. Um, so the final topic would be something about me. So you can like we can just talk about say my sponsorship things or like my YouTube career, as I would like to say, or just like
Hmm.
basically my relationships with Apple, their products, and it really depends on what you want to talk about.
Of course, yes. So, the first thing that I want to know is what made you have the drive that you actually wanted to take YouTube seriously into the making the videos that you do. They said because, like, again, I love of how you do your delivery of how you deliver your videos into talking about a product or talking about like basically like what's going on with the tech world and stuff like that. Like, what made you have that drive to like have that career as for YouTube specifically?
Oh, first of all, thank you for saying how you like the way I deliver my videos. But I mean, I haven't really had a like real reason why I wanted to take it seriously or something. Like it's just that when I'm bored, I like to make videos, and after I make videos, I want other people to see them, so I just posted them, and that's how I started. And then like more people started watching me, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of fun. So I made more videos, and TechSource covered me in one of his setup wars, and that like he said in the comments, let's get XI Tech to 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's really nice. And then I got just rated by TechSource, so I got like 5,000 subscribers from him. And
Oh
after
my
that,
God! Wow.
oh yeah, wait, um, have you not seen like the comments of people just saying, "I'm from TechSource, I'm from TechSource"?
I'm gonna be honest with you, no, because I usually normally just like the most I watch is the video, and then I actually just read the description. I just go on to comment, and after that, I just go on with my day.
Oh yeah, I see. So basically, I had 160 subscribers, uh, and then TechSource featured me. So TechSource has like a few million subscribers, and I really like his videos. So he has setup wars, which is where you take a photo of your setup and you send it to him, and then he'll feature some of the best and talk about them. So yeah, I sent mine to him. He's like, okay, yeah, this is pretty nice, and he shouted me out. And then I just got 5,000 subscribers in a few weeks. Like I got like 3,000 in the first day. So yeah. After that, um, like my views are up, my like basically everything are up. So that just gave me more of a boost, and I just wanted to make more videos then. So I started making like 3 videos a week rather than one or something. And yeah, it's basically that. I have to thank TechSource for everything.
How long ago was that actually?
Oh, just like it was in August, so not that long ago actually. It's October right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So 2.5
That's
months ago.
actually impressive.
I know, I know.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine 3 months ago I had 160 subscribers?
That I actually would not believe it. I'm pretty surprised at how I found you then.
Yeah, yeah. You're like one of the only few that didn't find me through TechSource.
Yeah, no, like literally, like again, like I just looked up reviews and such, and I was just like, oh hey, wait, I like this channel right here. You know what? I'm hitting that sub right here. There you go. I don't know. I was just like, like obviously, like I was listening to your review and such, because I needed to know. But I was just like, oh wait, hold on, wait a minute. He's not boring. He's not like any other ones that like I normally would watch and such. Like, okay, you know what? I'm sensing some type of personality over here. You know what?
Thank you.
I'm hitting that follow. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that really means a lot.
Yeah. So, oh wow. So it that in shorter amount of time. So, do you see yourself that you're gonna be doing this for like a long time?
Well, I would really hope so. Even if I don't get like that big of an audience, I would still like to make videos since I do it as a passion, right? I want to
Right.
take med school in the future. So yeah, I want to become a doctor. So of course that's gonna mean I have less
Sure.
time to make videos, but still it's totally fine. I can still like squeeze out time that I can, and it's just fun basically. Also, uh, my videos are not monetized, so like I'm not making this for money, right? All of my videos are ad free, and sometimes yeah I do get paid by sponsors, but other than that, like everything's paid out of pocket, and I make videos for fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, with this amount of short time that like that has happened, like what to get the criteria for the YouTube monetization, I'm not really too surprised with that. So, I mean, are you looking to like have your videos monetized one day?
I mean, if I like, okay, if I think my videos deserve to be monetized, then yeah. But like right now, I don't think my videos deserve to be monetized. They're
Look.
not good enough, you know? It needs to be better. I have a
Mm,
certain bar that I need to meet.
I do understand that much. I'm just gonna tell you is that if you have that opportunity, there is no such thing as for wait. Just chase the bag. I think it's fine. Like honestly, like because again, like I know like there's this like I do this to myself too. Like I believe that I need to have that certain type of standard to where like I believe that I could just be up there. Like I because I don't think that I'm up there as well either and such though. But it's just like
No, no,
don't hold
your
yourself
content
back
is
from it.
like 10 times better than mine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, actually, there is something that I actually wanted to ask about that because
Sure,
like you
sure.
intrigued me, especially for that. So what like even when I left my comment, like what made you wanted to check me out, especially for like finding out that I do all of this, especially for hitting that follow.
All right, so when when you followed me on Twitter, I had two
Mhm.
followers, right? I had two
Oh
followers
yeah,
before.
I saw that.
You are like my third. So obviously I got notification. I was like, okay, and I checked you out, and I saw that you're into tech as well. So I was like, oh, all right,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. Like another tech person. And I scrolled further, and I saw that we have a lot in common. So I wanted to reach out to you and do a collab like this one, since we both like technology, obviously, and we have a lot in common. So I just wanted to continue the conversation.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, again, I'm very flattered for that the fact that you like took your time to your day to like have that type of interest and such, and like you looked around with some of the stuff that I've done. Like again, that's actually really surprising to me though. But I mean, again, I must express my gratitude for you for that.
All right, yeah, no, I really have to thank you as well. So
Oh,
no, no,
well,
you you're an inspiration. Like you make great videos. Like not even not just the content. Like you as a person is great. Like just overall, you're an inspiration, and I'd like to further my content. So naturally, I would reach out to you.
you like I said, I'm in debt to you for the kind words for that. It took me a while for me to like to get to where I am as well because I mean again I've been doing this since 2013 though, but I mean
Oh
the
wow.
fact that like I kind of like blew up eventually, like it took a long time, but I love like I just knew this was something that I just happened to love and such, and like again like I like as I like to see it, like again, like how I express my honesty through many ways and shapes and form. Like again, I'm the type of person that lets my actions speak louder than just my words alone. It describes with everything that you already need to ask me. And again, just hearing that
Yeah.
alone, that again, that touches me, and I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
um so okay, I don't have much knowledge of this, which again, like you brought this up, so I actually wanted to inquire more with
Sure.
this. So how did you get in contact with the sponsor? Like, how many sponsors do you have, and how did you get in contact with each of them?
Um, how did I get in contact with them? Well,
Yeah.
uh, I just put my email in my description, and they came to me. I have no idea how to reach out to sponsors, but
Mhm.
they just email me. Like, I'm sure censor contents are obviously much better. You can just put like a business email in your description and just say like sponsorship inquiries, and people can reach out to you that way. I've had like say I've had at least 8 sponsorships so far, like, uh, brands that wanted to reach out to me, but I turned down most of them because some I don't think meets my moral standpoints. Some I think are just sketchy, and, a few more
Mm,
are like, I don't think they fit my targeted audience, right? So, yeah,
yeah.
a few that I did want to continue on or PDF Element, which so they made this software that allows you to edit PDFs, and I know there's a lot on the market that does that, but I have used them before, and I honestly really like their product. So I was like, all right, yeah, it's great. I'll accept the sponsorship. And another one is a website builder. We're still discussing if we want to do a partnership. So if I can't really go into detail since they might not want me to, but yeah, they make
Mhm.
websites. Um, and I've searched them up. They seem like a pretty nice brand. So yeah, I might go along with it.
Okay.
Also, the pay's pretty nice too.
Oh, of course, it must have to be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like a few are just too little. If it's like $50, seriously, you want to buy me out for $50? No, I'm not doing that.
Wow. Holy wow. I'm impressed as to what you've told me, because again, like, I have not even done that. But the fact that, like, that it just happens because you have this your email, your business email into your descriptions, is like it just happens like that. It's like, oh wow. Usually, like, I just expect people to actually like find it in my channel and just go from there. Or
Yeah.
just on my Twitter bio, obviously.
Yeah. It's actually much easier than I thought it would be. I put it there. I thought like no one would contact me. 2 days later, I got an inquiry, and then like they just kept coming.
Wow.
I mean, not trying to flex or anything.
No, no, no. I mean, like, again, like that, you're telling it as to how it is, and like, I mean, again, like that's still great for yourself, you know.
hmm Yeah, it's really nice. It's really fantastic.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of note of that. Maybe I should just do that, so then maybe I could get sponsored by Atlas. But I mean, that's another story for another day.
Uh,
um. But yes, another question that I have. So I don't have too much knowledge of this as to yet, because I mean, again, like, I did check out of your podcast a little bit. Because I mean, I looked at more of your videos that, rather than the podcast though. But like, I did like take like a small look at it though. So what made you wanted to do this podcast, and like, why did you branch off to like doing this as well in form of content as well?
oh well, obviously because it's easier. Um, my videos are like more professional. Like I wear a suit. That's a definition of
Right.
professional. In my podcasts, I can be more of myself. I can like make more jokes, and obviously since it's so much longer, I can dig deeper into topics. That's like the main thing about Tech Pit. It's a pit of tech where we dig deep into topics, into shallow topics. You know,
Right.
like my whole description
I
is
mean, I
is
have to
about
see
that.
that. Mhm. Right, because like, because I mean, I'm gonna tell you this one thing as well. Like, that's like one of the reasons as to like why I kind of quit YouTube. I wouldn't say like I quit, but
hmm
like it's not like the fact I don't make the same content like I used to, that people used to like want me for. That's why, like, I tell people, I'm like, go check out Storm Connect and such, because like if you want more of this, I do a much more better job of conveying my point and basically like going over and such rather than a compressed video. Because like I mean, the video will look appealing and such, and like great on paper to get the clicks and such. However, on the contrary to that, there's only a limit to how YouTube favors in forms of videos and such, and especially like with how you battle around the algorithm system, it's a little
Exactly.
bit difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
So that's why, like, I was introduced with this offer by my current network boss, King's Eyes. He's basically the owner of the Silver Arts that's so connected to Sparta. And he wanted me to give that platform to have this type of content creation. And I was like, you know what? I think I might enjoy. I should just jump forward because I was striving my a lot of efforts just to the YouTube, and now I just use YouTube to like upload my projects, my video editings and such. Which I think that's for the best because it's like in terms of the professionalism as to what YouTube favors, I think this works out much better. But in terms of discussions or reviews and stuff like that, or anything that like you want to convey your point on, it would be better for in a podcast type of form.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that 100%. I do have a question for you though.
Oh.
Have you ever made money from any of your platforms?
Um. Okay. All right. So I'll tell you something. For YouTube, I'll start with that first. YouTube, the most money I made was probably like 50 cents to $1.10 at best.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And I know that sounds crazy, especially for like what you've seen on my channel, but that
Yeah.
is actually the actual truth of that. I've only like received like $1 from it, which that's why I was like, why am I so here? That's why I was like, you know what? I actually like I'm not being paid enough for what I do. Like I put a lot of time and effort into this and such, and like to get all this and such, like, especially like with like the view tractions and such. Like it's really hard. So that's why like it was like one of my factors as to why like I don't do that form of content anymore and I transitioned to the podcasting way. So for like that's like the best that I made out of YouTube overall. Like they would just pay me like 50 cents or $1 a month, and I'm just like, why are you guys are still like putting money into my PayPal account at this point? Like that's not anything. That I could get like a bubble gum with that type of money. Like, all right, thanks. Um in terms of my podcasting, I currently do not have that. However, I like, as soon as that like the podcast gets bigger and such, I might look into that one day and see where we can go. Like I think like I can be able to get like a couple of sponsorships as of right now. Like right now, like I haven't been able to do much content because I've been like super busy with a lot of things here and there.
Oh yeah.
But the possibility is there as of right now. So no money is being made with the podcasting as of yet, except with their exception that I do have merchandise,
Oh
and
wow.
that's pretty
Nice.
much like in term of the main source of income for the podcast right
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I actually have merch too. Although I've sold like two things, I think.
now. I have like shirts and like I also have like a face mask as of recently because to promote the pandemic
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah. I
I also
actually
have
have
a
a face
hoodie.
mask too. I gained like half a cent, not half a cent, half a dollar, 50 cents from each sale since I wanted to make it cheap.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, hey, I see as to why you've done that, which I mean, again, like high respect for that, which I mean, it's good. And honestly, like for like, I actually used to have merchandise like way back then, like many years ago, but now that like my design style is kind of different and such, like I was so not happy with what I put out there, and I will tell you this right now, like I did not like I took down my merchandise. I had like one or two people like buy my shirts and such,
Oh
but I
wow.
took that down, and I'm just like, I don't. I want to have merchandise out because I know they're like I keep being asked with questions as to how like can I represent the Storm Clansmen this way and such, and like we got to get something like this and such, and I'm just here going like I got to do something better for these guys because they deserve better, and I appreciate for the support, and I just don't know what to do because like I know like a lot of people because they say like I'm like an amazing designer and such, which I'm very flattered by the way, but it's just like I want to put out merchandise this time that I will be happy to see people wearing, and it's something that like I can like have like a proud representation for myself and for my brand. And I never touch up upon with the story with my podcast, so this is kind of like a little bit of exclusive content here. But um, my boss again, King's Eyes, he told me that he was like, yeah, we got to get podcast, merchandise and such, like to have for your aspect of your brand. And I was sitting here in panic. I'm like, am I ready for this? Do I want to do this? Because I don't know, like, because I also want this to sell too. But I want to also be happy with it at the same time. And it was, I had like a mini debate with my head about this for months. And I was telling him, I'm like, because he was like kind of like telling me, he was like, have you had the ideas and such? Like, he was asking me genuinely, and I didn't. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I was trying to buy time as much as I could. And then I encountered with a good friend of mine now. He goes by the name of Schmirk. And he is really great with logo designing and such. He's like amazing at it. I'm really impressed that not many people have heard of him or even seen his work.
Oh
He's
wow.
really good. So
Wait,
I
wait.
wanted to do a, yeah.
I do want to see a few designs. Could you say his name again?
He goes by the name of Schmirk. Like it's spelled SCHMERP.
All right, thank you.
No problem. But yeah, no, he does you will see like he does like a lot of like branding type of designs and such. Like it's a little bit different from mine though, but like I love his style and the quality of polishing that he does with his work. I'm actually amazed at how he's able to do that. That's another story for another day, obviously though. But like it's actually incredible, and I got to know him a little bit more, and because of that, I wanted to personally help him out with that, but also do a collaboration with him because I feel like he will be the guiding key to help me to actually like polish my merchandise. Because I mean, again, like I didn't like I know exactly what I wanted to do finally. It's just going about it. I needed somebody's help that could actually see eye to eye with me. And he was the perfect person for that.
I see.
So yeah, so that's why I was just like, you know what, let's do this and such. And I've never been more happy with my designs. And I actually got like a decent amount of people to actually like cop the merchandise and such. And I'm just like, this is what I wanted. I just didn't know how to do it, and you helped me finish with it. And I'm not the type of person that like to ask people for help because I like to do things all on my own. But this is something that I could say that I could take pride in. That like again, coming across with him, especially as well for what I found. It's like, thank goodness I found you on Twitter. I don't know how you popped into my timeline, but thank you. Just thank you for blessing me with your art, and I want to support him as well. So he's wonderful.
All right, yeah. That is quite inspirational. For me, like my
Thank you.
logos have always been designed by myself, and
Mhm.
like I try to do the best I can. So I've gone through a few revisions of my logos. This is like the third version. It's obviously so much
Mhm.
so much better than the last two. Like the first one is literally just 4 lines, I think. The second one is a bit better, and the third one, like the one I have now, is a one that I'm like actually proud of. But like I do try to do everything by myself. So that could potentially be a weakness of like me, since I want to be so independent that sometimes I might not reach out for help.
See, exactly. I'm glad that you understand this. Like why I also have that mindset. Like, cause I also view it the same way. It's just that like I did not know what to do, and it was panic mode for me. And like sometimes like I will swallow up my own pride and actually do it though. However, like it's just something that like that's how I like to also do things myself as well. Like that's just me as a person as well. Like I think you can also resonate with that energy. Like again, like you teach yourself these things, you get to know with these things, and you get familiar with this, and you just progress. You have your own growth as you go.
Yeah. Okay, like I see that you really have a lot more in common with me than I initially thought. So yeah, it's really great talking to you.
It's actually a huge part. I mean, again, I can already tell with your work already with your videos alone. Like again, like you have to have like the top notch of quality, especially for becoming a perfectionist as well, and making sure that you are happy with the content that you deliver out to the general public.
Okay, yeah. You yeah, actually. I literally do not know what to add since you really worded it so well. And all of the points you've talked about are like really well put and well structured. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Now we are nearing the actually we are already nearly 1 hour and 20 minutes long. So that is a bit longer than most of my episodes. Of course, if you still want to talk a bit more about more subjects, of course, I would be able to continue. But I do think we should start wrapping up here.
I think this is the actual good wrapping point. I must agree with you as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, then I do want to say that if you ever want to come on to my podcast again, I'll be more than happy. And if you ever want me to be a guest on yours, I, again, I would be more than happy to go on your podcast as well.
Yes, no, it would actually be a huge pleasure. Again, like we'll definitely have more, much more of our huge, more discussions of that in the future, though. But like, this was already a huge pleasure to be like again, like with 2 episodes here and such. And again, like I can see that we'll be able to like have much more in store for the future of the audiences that we have. So I'd be more than happy to entertain that idea.
Awesome. All right. And oh, just saying, if you ever play Among Us, be sure to invite me.
Oh, you know what? That'd be perfect. We can have a discussion about that a little bit later. Because you know what? I will be glad to have fun with you on that.
All right. All right. So, could you tell the audience where they can find you again?
My pleasure. Yes. So, my main platform of activity basically to have like my social up such and like everything else. You find me on Twitter at EdoNinja HD. That's basically the best place for like finding out my updates for my content and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll post very funny clips of me using witch time in Smash and such. A lot of stuff that like it's kind of like my personal account, but it's also a place where I also post my design work or my video editing and such. So you definitely would get the updates from there. And as you've heard with this already, you can also find my podcast with my co-host Crunch, named at Storm Connect EN. So that's also on Twitter as well. So you can find that as well for more of a dedicated place to find the podcast and such. And again, for the reminder, we're also into the world of technologies and such, since it's crucial to like the world of gaming. Because otherwise, how in the hell would it be around?
Yeah.
So you can find me from there. I also do my Twitch streamings here and there. And again, like I'm more of a story type of guy, so that's basically the type of games that I stream, basically like JRPGs or like again, I'll be fighting some people in Smash. And from the name of that, it's at Edo Ninja Storm HD, since that was like my first name of how I started. And it's kind of the same case for my YouTube, since now that's where I post more of my video editing works onto YouTube. Twitter's just like more of the amplified echoing chamber for that.
Okay. This is great. It's so fantastic having you on here. I really appreciated it. And I'm very glad that you had found the time to come on here since it really means a lot to me. Hopefully you can join in
Yeah,
another time
no,
as
it was a
well.
huge pleasure. Hmm.
um
Yeah, so I'm actually glad that you reached out to me for this.
yeah, I'm glad you came. So, yeah, that's it for this episode. Um, and to our listeners, if they're listening on Apple Podcast, please give it a rating and a review as it really helps out the podcast. It helps with the ranking and everything. So, just do me a favor. And once again, don't forget to check out EdoNinja on Twitter and other platforms that just were mentioned. If you forgot, just go back like a few minutes. And that's it, everyone. Take care and don't forget to drink water.
Stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.